G'day Guardians, Roguey here. With the release of Season of the Plunder, we now have access to every 3.0 subclass and the meta has never been more diverse. All levels of content feel so much more accessible across the board. While I thought the Solar and Void changes were amazing, Arc was the one I was most excited for. As a Hunter main, I've been waiting years for the day we get access to an alternative Arc Super, and Bungie did not disappoint. Gathering Storm has been one of the most satisfying supers in the game. High damage, short cast time, and ad clear. What's not to love? But what about the rest of the Hunter Arc 3.0 kit? Combination Blow and Disorienting Strike are back. Combination Blow rather unchanged, fully restoring our dodge roll and a small amount of HP upon kill, stacking up to 3 times for improved damage. Disorienting Blow, on the other hand, blinding targets and making ourselves amplified. Like the previous subclass rework, Hunters are now sporting access to all the grenade variants, but Titans are still the god of the Storm Grenade. You too can be a god of Storm Grenades with these amazing Arc-themed speakers. Thanks to the fine folk at Destiny ANZ, Matt and I have 3 of these speakers to give away. We'll be doing one for each Arc build we release. If you want to enter, make sure to be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment on the video, letting us know what Arc build you've been enjoying the most. Only thing to note though is you must be located in Australia or New Zealand to win. Good luck, Guardians. With all these changes, it's only natural that build crafting is back on the menu, and today's video is going to focus on creating a satisfying survivability combat loop, using the power of Combination Blow, Lethal Current, and Assassin's Cowl. Let's start with the new stuff, our Arc aspects and fragments. Since we'll be focusing on using melee and finisher, Gathering Storm is the super of choice here. We can send the Javelin on its way and focus on ours. As for our grenade, this one we can be a little bit flexible with. Storm Grenade currently feels like the strongest, but it really is the player's choice here. Obviously, we're going to be using Combination Blow for our melee, so let's get right into the aspects. I played around a ton with Tempest Strike here, but it just felt so lackluster. Not refreshing our dodge roll on a melee kill, and often not proccing Vanishing Execution, leaving me without either a melee charge or Void Invisibility. I much prefer the combination of Lethal Current and Flow State. After each dodge roll, Lethal Current empowers our next melee with improved range and a damaging aftershock, while also applying Jolt. This turns our melee into an ad clearing monster, and also makes up for the lack of damage, while on one stack of Combination Blow. The great thing about the Aftershock is it can proc Vanishing Execution, so should your raw melee damage fall short but the target still dies to the Chain Lightning effect, you'll be fully stealthed and healed. Flow State is going to be our main source of becoming amplified. Since our Lethal Current empowered melee is going to be applying Jolt to whatever sorry sack of Hive gets in our way, we'll be insta-killing said sorry sack of Hive, thus providing us an endless source of amplified. Now, being amplified isn't crucial to this build, but it's nice to have if we want to go fast. The melee combat loop that these aspects provide, when paired with Assassin's Cowl, is honestly one of the most enjoyable I've experienced in Destiny 2. It turns these high density encounters, like the Duality's Keitel, into a playground, the extra range from Lethal Current allowing us to easily dash from target to target. To enhance this combat loop even further, let's take a look at the fragments that we'll be sporting. Since this build is all about getting up close and personal, Spark of Resistance is the natural choice. The extra resistance giving us the survivability we need to safely stack up our Combination Blow. And with a melee focused build, we are constantly finding ourselves within the melee range of most combatants. And of course, we're going to get meleeed a lot. Spark of Feedback helps us to harness that damage and return the favour, increasing our melee damage after receiving melee damage. Now, the final 2 fragments aren't as impactful as the first 2, so feel free to mix and match here based off your playstyle. I like to run Spark of Ions since each melee kill we get is typically defeating a jolted target, so we can feed our grenade energy off the Ionic Traces, and Spark of Frequency to buff our reload speed after a melee. If you've got other fragment suggestions, let me know in the comments. With all the class specific changes out of the way, let's take a deep dive into our mods. On a personal note, I'm really hoping we see more combat style mods added in the next season. Elemental Wells have been such a great addition to the game, but I'd love for Bungie to revisit Charge with Light. Right now, it's very easy to become charged with light, but outside of a few niche builds and high energy fire, there isn't much benefit to running it in such a resistance heavy meta. As for this build, we'll be using elemental wells, generated by melee well maker to constantly make arc wells. These arc wells will serve two purposes. The first, empowering our next melee through Well of Ions, and the second, Font of Might, giving our arc weapons a solid 25% damage boost. Going from top to bottom, I've run an arc helmet to make use of the hands-on mod, giving us super energy on melee kill. Once the combo is in full effect, you'll be churning through supers. For one cost, it's hard to look past Harmonic Siphon, a nice and reliable way to generate orbs for the fire team through arc weapon kills. We top it off with Well of Ions, a must-have for any melee-focused arc build. Solar Arms are the way to go here, as it allows us to use the Impact Induction mod, giving us grenade energy back each time we deal damage with our melee, which, I'm sure as you've noticed, we'll be doing a lot. The 4-cost melee Wellmaker takes up our combat mod slot here. As for the chest, the elemental affinity isn't too crucial, but I like to have mine set as void, so that way I can run all 3 types of resistance, thanks to the seasonal mod Thermoshock Plating, which takes up our solar and our arc resistance, and of course we can have the 1-cost void resistance on our chest. This also seems like a good home for Font of Might. Lots of room, a nice waterfront view. I'm sure he'll be happy here. As every hunter knows, we actually only get access to 4 combat mod slots because Powerful Friends is such amazing value. By running it, we can actually add 2 extra resistance stat mods and still hit that 100 mobility, a must-have. And finally, our cloak. Solar is the go-to here, as it allows us to run double bombers and bountiful wells. Since every melee kill we get with combination blow fully refunds our dodge roll, and every dodge roll fully refunds our melee, we'll be dodge rolling a lot. This is going to feed us grenade energy. Honestly though, when you put all the pieces together, there's not a lot that this build can't do. Now, bountiful wells, it's just a nice little cherry on top, providing us an extra arc well on each melee kill that we get. I've been seeing a lot of Guardians running a very similar build, but with Liar's Handshake instead of Assassin's Cowl, which just goes to show the flexibility that Arc Hunters currently have. Personally, I prefer the stealth and heal over the flat heal, plus the added benefit of the overshield on a finisher to sweeten the deal. Now, while this build isn't one I'd recommend bringing into a Master King's Fall, I've been having great results in pretty much every other piece of content I've tried. I'll see you in the next one, Guardians.